Okay, so for those of you that may not know us yet, Frank and Rhonda Favano.
Rhonda, Frank.
And
some like to call us Frank.
No, they don't. So, okay, so he does distract me sometimes, but I have my clarity and I anointed myself with it, and I'm going to do my best to stay focused and on track, but I'm just a fair warning that sometimes he causes me to lose my train of thought. Okay, so.
Sometimes I do it on purpose.
Yeah, I think all the time. All right, well, tonight we want to talk to you about the 4-year career. Hopefully everybody's had an opportunity to read this. This book is phenomenal. And look, there's not that many pages.
It is, a lot of that's just testimonies and stories.
It's
don't really,
golden nuggets, you guys. Literally golden nuggets. When I first read this book, because I don't know about you guys, but I got into Young Living for my own health. And I think that's probably most of us got involved with Young Living because either we had a health need, a health goal, somebody we loved did. And we used the product for a long time and realized how amazing it was. Other people realized how amazing it was. And after going to convention a couple of times, I'm like, oh, there's like a business opportunity. I didn't understand network marketing, you guys. Like I really had no idea. And what I thought I knew about it, I didn't like. So a lot of misconceptions in my world, but I read this book and it totally changed the way I saw Young Living and the way I saw network marketing. So that's what we're going to talk to you guys about tonight.
So if you haven't read the book, go get it and read it because it's a little book and it's really good, concise, easy to understand. And Richard's been doing it a long time. So.
Yeah, over 40 years. He's definitely a guru. So every single day, I would be willing to guess that each one of us makes a recommendation. Every day. Whether it is our favorite book today, whether it is a new television show, a movie we just saw, a restaurant that we tried, a new recipe, we all make recommendations every single day to people that we know and even to people we don't know, right? We may be standing in line somewhere waiting to check out of a store and just start a conversation with someone and make a recommendation to them. And really, that's what we're doing with Young Living. We're simply making recommendations. And honestly, that's what network marketing is. It's taking a product that we love and recommending it to other people, sharing what benefits we've had with other people. And we do it for free every single day. Does anybody here get a check for recommending a local restaurant? Do they send you a call and say, hey, come down here and have a free dinner on me? I never got one. Doesn't work that way. Or your favorite coffee shop?
Bar.
Your favorite bar?
No.
No. So why not get paid for making recommendations for something that we know will do a world of good, right?
And we got to remember too, you're building a business, right? It's a Young Living business and it's yours. And the cool thing is, there's just some quotes. There's always these little cliches that go through my head, but it's like, are you going to build your dreams or are you going to build somebody else's dreams? Because if you're building somebody else's dream, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but understand what you're doing. If you're in here and you want to learn how to build a Young Living business, that's probably more of your dream and your legacy than your job. It's okay to have a job. Quite frankly, I think probably 95% of the people in Young Living that are making a check have a job. This is part-time. It was part-time for us. It's still not full-time for us, but it's more full-time than it was a year ago. So do it for yourself and your family, not for somebody else's self and family.
Yeah, because we bought into the whole corporate thing, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in a minute, for years. And we were literally building somebody else's dream. We just weren't smart enough to figure that out.
All of us have been brainwashed since we were little. Go to college, get a job. Anyway, we won't talk about that later.
So in network marketing or in Young Living, we really start off as what Richard refers to as a raving fan. How many of you can relate to that? Any raving fans on here tonight? Like totally, right? The products are amazing. So even if we never got a check, how many of us would use the products?
Some of us call them addicts.
How many of us would recommend the products?
Dealer,
right?
Dealer.
No matter whether we got paid or not, we're still going to recommend the products.
Or pusher, then a dealer.
So there's really just a few things that we have to do, right? We're using the product, we're recommending the product, we're helping other people know how to get their own product, set up their own account, how to use the product, and then we're really just inviting them to take a look at the product and maybe also the business eventually, right? And some people come in because they understand network marketing and they know that Young Living is far above other network marketing companies out there, and they want in just because it's a great network marketing company, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And that's Richard's whole thing. He's big on inviting, and you're inviting people to take a look at your product and your business. And when you're authentically inviting people for their benefit, not just for your benefit, you will succeed. And when you start doing that, you will not succeed. It's pretty simple.
Right. So some differences between network marketing and traditional direct sales. Direct sales have full-time salespeople. Like that's what they do. They get paid, usually a commission or a quota that they have to meet, and they get paid accordingly. Most of us in Young Living, Frank said already, are part-time. We do this on a part-time basis. Traditional sales, the salesmen or salespeople are hired and they're managed by the company. We recruit other salespeople or other customers, right? We do the recruiting ourselves. So basically we can decide who do we want to do business with, or who do we want to provide customer service with? Who do we want to lock arms with and do this health journey with?
Or maybe more importantly, who don't we want?
There you go. Because there are some people you just might not want on your bus, right?
Energy vampire.
In traditional sales, only the sales managers can recruit and get paid on the team. Here, anybody can. There's no rule. There's nothing to stop any of us. Traditionally, sales managers are appointed by the company. Here, we can all build our own team. So no one has to say, Debbie, you can be a sales manager. Skyla, sorry, you can't. Nobody can do that. Nobody can put that, what is the word I want?
Ceiling.
Dunce cap?
Ceiling or a dunce cap. No one can put a ceiling on us. Like it just can't happen. And as a matter of fact, we can surpass the person that shares Young Living with us.
You're jumping.
Sorry.
We made notes. Stick to the
I'm
notes.
supposed to go in order. In a traditional sales company, there are certain territories. So this is your territory, so to speak. You can't venture out of your territory. How many of you know that we can enroll anyone around the world? There are no territories. How cool is that? And most of us probably have team members or friends that are in other countries that are members of Young Living.
Which is a good reason when somebody tells you that they want to have somebody local to go to, want to jump your team to another team, to tell them. Then so you're just going to stay in your town. You're not going to enroll anybody somewhere else far away from you. So that'll make them think twice. That's a bonus tidbit.
So in a typical sales position, you have to have quotas. And if you don't meet those quotas, guess what? They show you the door. Here, there are no quotas, you guys. We have no quotas. Nobody's standing over us with a whip. Nobody's standing over us threatening us. None of that. And the real cool thing is, I'm probably jumping ahead again, but the really cool thing is, it doesn't matter what our age is. It doesn't matter our gender. It doesn't matter our race. None of those things matter. Whether we've got a college education or not, those things don't make any difference
Level playing field.
in Young Living.
Network marketing.
And where in the world can we get a job or secure income, an income source that's like that? I don't know of any. I don't know of any. Are you going to talk about the 40-40-40 plan?
40-40-40, we're brainwashed. That's what I was saying before. We're brainwashed since we were little to go to work for 40 hours a week for 40 years and then retire 40% of what we used to make. And we all think that's cool. And we all think that's great. We all think that's hunky-dory. And we pay a lot of money to go to college and we can't pay the bills and blah, blah, blah. Long story short is this. If you have residual bills that are going to continue for a long time,
Mortgages?
Because
car payments?
Residual income.
Oh, please tell me I'm muted.
So.
Anybody here have residual bills? Because like I totally have residual bills. They come faithfully month after month after month.
And there's different kinds of residual income, guys. You can get residual income from having real estate investment that's paying you on a monthly basis, you know, rent, making loans to people and getting paid back your loan payment every month. Songwriters, movie writers, whatever, book writers, all get residual income from royalties. So that's what residual income is, along with network marketing and direct sales with Young Living. So unless you've done one of those things or have enough of that money coming in to pay all your residual bills, you probably need to do something to supplement your income, which is good for us because when people are looking to supplement their income, they're interested in another side hustle or side gig or whatever you want to call it. And people are used to that now. I mean, it's becoming not the 40-40-40 thing anymore.
And you guys, residual income is doing the work once and getting paid on it forever, right? So when someone writes a song and every time that song gets played, they get a royalty on it for infinity, right? That's what we're talking about. Otherwise, in the 40-40-40 plan, what Frank and I used to do is we worked in the corporate world and we traded our time for a paycheck.
And then try to put away a little bit of money every week or every month so that someday we would have some asset that would throw off some income. So one of the examples I put in our Facebook group was about interest. So when people say you're only making $200 a month with Young Living, you have to tell them that's like having $50,000 in the bank, because $50,000 in the bank at 2% interest is going to give you a certain amount of money. We do the math, and that's going to throw off $200 a month. So don't discount your small check of $100, $200, because it would take a lot of money in the bank to get that money free so that you could keep taking that interest and not touch the principal $100,000 in the bank or $48,000 in the bank. And again, the more money it is, if it's a $1,000 check, you multiply it by 5. There's all kind of financial calculators online at banks and stuff, but that's what residual income is. It's how much money can you draw off of an asset without degrading the asset. Again, a real estate or whatever, I don't know, a house, and you rent it out and every month you're going to collect $1,500. But you have to have enough money to buy that house. And you generally hard to do that when you're 40-40-40 and paying your own bills, let alone buying something else.
So this is really simple because basically if we have a goal of enrolling a few people every month, whether that's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, every single month, that's all, not 30, not 40, not even 10, but enrolling 2 to 4 people every single month, helping them to understand the lifestyle, helping them to understand transfer buying, using essential rewards, and then teaching them to do the same thing. That is a compounding effect. So in other words, I don't have to go out and find 10,000 people to enroll to be on my team, right? Maybe I find 100 people. Maybe I find 50 people. But they are going out and finding people and teaching those people to find people. So it's a compounding effect.
And just for the record, I'll throw in another little tidbit of information. There are diamonds and above who've enrolled less than 50 people that are diamonds or above. There's also diamonds or above that enroll 2,000 people. But you don't have to enroll a gigantic number of people. And quite frankly, the first mastermind event we went to, Art Jonak had, I think, 8 or 10 people on stage. I asked them how many people they enroll a month, and they were all $1 million earners. 2 people was the average.
Yeah.
And you got to use it like, and Richard uses it for a different example, but it's the same thing as the whole compounding effect of taking a penny and doubling it tomorrow. And then for a month, if you double what that is for a month, so penny day 1, 2 cents day 2, 4 cents day 3, 8 cents day 4. At the end of the month, and most of you have probably heard this example, but at the end of the month, how much is that? And the answer is not $88, it's $5 million. Okay?
But you have to be consistent. If you don't do it every day, you're not going to get anywhere near that amount of money.
I remember the old days, any of you old people on here, and they took 2 friends and so on and so on. Was that like L'Oreal or something, or one of those shampoo commercials? Maybe it was for Prel. Remember that? Anyway, consistency.
Yeah, being consistent.
A little bit consistently.
Okay, so the 4-year career concept. This is just an overview. You can build a residual income with Young Living part-time. So nobody go out and quit their job. We never recommend that. As a matter of fact, my experience has been the people who quit their jobs do less, and it takes them longer than the people who continue to do their job.
Sometimes when you don't have a little amount of time to do something, you make sure you do it. If you have this much time to do it, sometimes you forget.
You can learn as you go. So you do not have to know everything. I don't know everything. I've been using oils for a long time.
I do.
I learn stuff all the time. So you don't have to know everything. Pretty much if you get your premium starter kit and you read your reference guide and just simply look up every oil that's in that starter kit and know what you can do with it, you know enough to go tell somebody else about it. That's it. So there, you don't need an aromatherapy certification. You don't need a college degree. You don't need any of that. We talked about already that there are no outside restrictions. So literally, it doesn't matter where you live. And sometimes people say, well, I live in a town of whatever. We live in a town of 15,000 people, and we've got several Young Living rankers here, and we're still nowhere near saturated.
Yeah,
okay.
Our group by itself only has like 250.
Yeah.
And we didn't enroll all that.
No. So there are no restrictions. It does not matter where you live, especially today with technology the way it is. Literally, we can reach out and touch people on Zoom and other ways like that very easily. So you can work from anywhere, literally anywhere.
We do it all the time.
And somebody tell me where you can invest, or what it would take to invest in an average company that would turn into being a multi-million-dollar company. Anybody here an entrepreneur that has another business? Frank and
How
I
about
have
this? I'll tell you what the answer is not less than $300. You can't
True.
start a business, a regular brick and mortar business, for less than $300.
No.
But you can do a network marketing company. And even if it's not Young Living, you could do another network marketing company if you want, but we all know this was the best one. And the cool thing about network marketing company is you're not doing any of the hard stuff. You're not doing the collections. You're not doing the inventory. You're not doing payroll. You're not doing account. I mean, you have to do your own accounting, if you will, but you're not doing delivery. You're not doing tax collection, remittance. All you're doing is sharing with your friend. How do you get a kit? Show them how to do it. Teach them about the product. You're doing the easy stuff. Young Living doing all the heavy lifting. That's the beautiful thing. And all you had to invest was a few $100 and some time.
And literally, you just can't do that anywhere else. Like, it is just not possible. So for literally less than $200.
Including shipping and tax.
That's right. My kit cost $150.
No diffuser, though. So
No
we had to buy that
diffuser.
separate. So, yeah.
Where else can you be mentored by gurus, by professionals, millionaires?
Millionaire.
For free. For free. Nowhere. But that happens here in Young Living, and with your upline, but not even with your upline. Team Young Living is strong. Team Young Living is amazing. Everybody sews to most people.
There's too many resources.
There's just no reason.
There's too much stuff for you to get plugged into. It stops you from doing the important work like enrolling people.
And there are a lot of tax benefits. We are not tax accountants, so we're not giving you tax advice. Go see a tax accountant. But there are a lot of tax benefits to having your own business, you guys. So make sure you're taking advantage of those.
That's that. Every vacation becomes a tax deduction.
Did you say that out loud?
Skyla said it in the chat over there, so she might be a tax advisor. I'm not.
Yeah, all you got to do is just talk to people and enroll them, right, Skyla? And I've seen her in action. She totally does it, especially when she's out of the U.S.
Sometimes
the girl's a rock star.
Sometimes she misses a flight or something, but that's okay.
The girl's a rock star. And then you can use the income for whatever you want because you don't have all that capital, you guys.
That is when you could buy some of those assets. Like you want to buy another house for an investment. You want to buy a CD that throws off interest. You want to buy some stocks and bonds. You want to go pay someone to write a book for you. Rhonda will do it. But no, that's where you get the money to buy those assets that create that residual income too.
But I also want to just throw in here, you guys, I really want you to pay attention to this. The reason so many people don't succeed is they don't understand residual income and they don't have any skin in the game. Okay? That's just the truth of the matter. And when I say that, I mean, if you went out tomorrow and you had to invest $100,000 to start up your new company, you would have skin in the game and you would bust your tail. You would work morning to night, weekends. You would not sleep if that's what it took to get that business successful. And you've got a business, possibly a multi-million-dollar business for less than a $200 investment, and you don't have skin in the game. That's why people aren't successful.
It's the biggest failure of any, and Richard says this somewhere, the biggest failure of any network marketing company or network marketing executive is that they quit. They don't put in the work. And quite frankly, talking to Richard personally, he would say that the biggest downfall to somebody's not being successful is that they don't treat it like it's a business. And if you would treat your network marketing company like it was a business, like it cost you $1 million to start, you would be very successful in a very short amount of time. So you have to act like it's a big deal, because guess what? For us, it is a big deal. And for you guys, it could be a big deal. We would love for it to be a big deal.
Absolutely. So let's look really quick at some of the myths. And people just flat out say it doesn't work. But it does work.
Obviously.
Like, there are a lot of people that are very successful at it. But people, again, they don't have any skin in the game, so they quit. Or they set unrealistic goals that they don't meet, and so they get discouraged and they quit. Another myth is that network marketing companies are fly by night, or they're illegal schemes.
They come and go. You always hear. It's kind of like, you know how you always hear the bad stuff on the news. It's the same thing. When a network marketing company goes out of business or closes, or there's some kind of problem, you always hear about that. And so people just think it's kind of sketchy, even though it's not really sketchy. And the proof is in the pudding, right? You got Shackley's been around how many years? 60-something years. Amway's been around 50-something years. Young Living's been around 25 years. I have Tupperware that's older than 30 years. I mean, there's some big companies that have been Juice Plus.
Arbonne, Melaleuca.
A bunch of big network marketing companies have been around a while. So they're not fly-by-night. They could be fly-by-night, but I'm telling you right now, Young Living's not fly-by-night.
Another myth is that you have to get in on the ground floor. So in other words, you have to get in right at the beginning. And the reality of that, when Richard talks about it, it makes so much sense to me, is he says you really don't want to get in on the ground floor in most of them, because while there are these dinosaurs, Young Living is in that group, there are a lot of fly-by-night companies out there. You know, somebody wants to do one product or two products, and they're out there for a couple of years and then they're gone. So he says that it's really best to give them about 7 years. So you guys, you're here at the perfect time. Young Living has worked out all the kinks of the farms and all that kind of stuff, and the bottling and all those really hard things. You're past all that.
We're proven. We're in the top 10 of all network marketing as far as volume goes. So we're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Another myth is that big guys are the ones at the top. The big guys are making all the money. They're making all the money off the little guys. And again, that's not true. It's not true because you can totally outrank your enroller. So again, there's no glass ceiling. No one can hold you back. And it's not like the corporate world. My experience in the corporate world, where there would be several of us all fighting, so to speak, not literally, but all going for the same promotion, right? There's one promotion, there's 10 people. And sometimes it would get a little bit ugly, and it was almost like, you're climbing that ladder and somebody's trying to pull you back down and pull you right off the ladder. Well, in Young Living, there are people under you helping you, boosting you up that ladder. It's in everybody's best interest for everyone to be successful. So that's totally not true.
It's something more important almost than being able to be a higher rank than the people above you, because there's lower ranks that make more money than higher ranks. But you can out earn the people above you. It's not like the person above you is making $50,000 a month, so you can't make 60. You can make 100. So there's none of that stomping down thing. I mean, you can make more money than the people above you and the people above them.
And another myth that we hear a lot is that it's just we have to use our family and friends. Well, I guess I don't have enough family and friends to make my own network marketing team, so I'm out there. But the truth of the matter is, it's like anything else. If it resonates with them and it works for them, great, include them. If not, we don't need them. It's not. I don't think any of us could build a network marketing team on our family and friends. I just don't think that's even possible. It's kind of crazy. And then the last really big one, I guess, is if it really worked, if network marketing was really a thing, everybody would do it. What do you think about that?
I think people are lazy. People don't want to work hard.
There is that.
They want to go to their job and get their $14 an hour, but that's just me.
But history proves that that's wrong. And they also talk about the market being saturated, which we already just proved that just right here in our little town. But if you look at history, it will show that both of those things are very incorrect.
Yeah, if network marketing works, which it does, then you would already, not you, there wouldn't be 7 million people in the United States that aren't in network marketing. They would be in.
307. Richard
I'm sorry,
says.
307 million people, even more.
And 7.2 billion people worldwide, you guys.
7 billion worldwide.
7 billion people worldwide. There's enough for everyone.
And we know it works.
There's
because
totally
of
enough
those
for
old
everyone.
companies, because the people even just in Young Living.
Okay, so just to recap, because we try to keep it at 30 minutes and we're at that point. The 4 cornerstones of network marketing: the people,
Power in the people.
the products, the income, and the asset value. You guys, this is the way to not only make a difference in this world, because that's my passion. May not be yours. That's my passion, is to make a difference every single day, just bring value to everyone I come into contact with. And because I believe in the whole concept of sowing and reaping, because I sow, and the more I do that, the more I reap. It's that simple. That's what this business model looks like. So that income continues to grow as we continue to share and we continue to add value to people's lives. And we get to that point where we have that asset value. And that's where the freedom begins. True financial freedom.
Wealth, delayed gratification. That's the whole concept behind network marketing. You're going to work a lot at the beginning and work less here and be making more money. Well, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So that delayed gratification is wealth, okay? Immediate gratification or a sprint. Immediate gratification, that's debt. So, hey, I want that razzmatazz over there. Shing, swipe the credit card. You got it. I'm in. Now you owe money. As opposed to gathering up some cash and going, hey, I want 4 of those things over there. I'm out. That's wealth.
Are you talking about the marshmallow?
Hey, marshmallow concept. That's another delayed gratification. You ever hear the story about the marshmallow? You give 2 kids a marshmallow, one gets one, or you both give them each one, and you ask them if they want to eat the marshmallow, they can eat the marshmallow, but they want to save the marshmallow for, I forget how much time, that you'll give them a second one. That's like a test if you, even a job interview. If the kid eats the marshmallow or the person eats the marshmallow, don't hire him. If the kid holds out for the 15 minutes, hire them, because it shows that they're halfway freaking intelligent. But we got to see the long picture, guys. We got to be in it for the long term and understand what that network marketing is like, having that second marshmallow right now.
And the truth of the matter is, we're going to do the most work early on for the least return. So there are times that I was teaching a class 3 or 4 times a week, and my check was very, very, very small. But I saw
smaller than our orders, I promise.
Oh, much smaller than our orders. But I saw, and I had that vision because I connected with some other people who were very successful at this and who had transformed their lives and were reaching the financial freedom that they desired. And I said, if they can do it, I can do it. And I just continued to teach those classes, to travel to places that you don't even want to know sometimes. And maybe one person would end up only being there, right? Anybody been there? And I've probably had more no-show classes, you guys, than all of you put together. Like crazy amounts of no-show classes. And I just refused to quit.
I was always there. It wasn't no-show.
Frank was there. But I just refused to quit because I saw the bigger picture. And that's what I want to impart to you. Please see the bigger picture. Don't
get discouraged.
The marshmallow.
Don't quit. Don't get distracted.
Keep going forward. Partner, find a running buddy. Find somebody that you can lock arms with, or 3 or 4 somebodies that you can lock arms with. And when it's hard, and when you have 2 no-show classes in a row, or people cancel on your coffee dates, you pick up the phone and you call them and you go, hey, Skyla, this is what happened to me this week. Man, I don't want to do it again. And she's like, but Rhonda, you've gone this far. You can do it, right? You have to just connect yourself with those people, have those relationships, and be willing to grow yourself. Because every time in my Young Living business, when I hit a plateau, so to speak, you guys know what I'm talking about? Like you hit a rank maybe, or you hit an OGV level and you just kind of feel like you're stuck there. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Well, I know I've got to go work on Rhonda, because to go to that next step, Rhonda has to be wiser. She has to be more emotionally intelligent. I need to develop my own skills.
You know what she makes me call her? I won't tell you right now. We'll say that for next one. Somebody could figure out what she makes me call her. Then she just reminded me. Good, and I have to do this when I do it.
And you guys believe him, right?
Make excuses or make it happen.
Yes. So we're going to leave you with this before we open it up. We are going to open up for questions or comments. Are you building your dreams, or are you building somebody else's?
Hey, wait, I got another Warren Buffett thing I was going to tell you. If you don't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you're going to work until the